This is Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl. Now from the Collins Aerospace Studio at the Nordloff Center in downtown Rockford, here's your host, Eric Wilson.
That is exactly where we are, at our favorite spot for the weekend, center stage here at the Nordloff for another edition of Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl. Halfway through December. Boy, this tournament is moving along fast. Last week, you saw North Boone make a statement and send Stillman back home. They will face the winner of this game, and it could be equally as challenging. Let's say hello first to the Polo Marcos. Lots of smiles up here on the stage. Polo took a few years off, about 6 years or so, before returning to us last season. We are glad that they did. The goal is to make it out of the first round for the first time ever. And usually Polo cleans up whenever we have categories about Asian explorers. Marco, Polo. See, you guys got that. Maya got that joke immediately. At least somebody laughed. Who's the captain? Of course, Maya. You and I are already in sync. Tell us who is in your starting lineup.
All right. I'm Maya. To my left is Lainey. To my right is Alex. And to my far right is Lydia. Welcome.
Standing in Polo's way are the Dixon Dukes. Dukes. That was a half-hearted clap. I was waiting for it to build, but that's okay. Dukes have been around since day one, so this is your 10th season. That's pretty exciting. And of course, Thomas from Dixon is a legend because a couple of seasons ago, he took on a team by himself and won. So he set the bar pretty high for you as a full team. Last time, or they made it out of the first round 5 times, including the last 2 seasons, hoping to duplicate that feat again today. Who is your captain? Aiden, introduce us to your starting lineup.
To my right is Nathan, to my left is Christopher, and to my far left is David.
All right, a couple of good-looking, smart teams up here. Grab your buzzers. Let's play the game, shall we? First round is a simple explanation because it's called the buzz-in round, so if you know what the answer is, hit that buzzer. 2 most important rules. Wait for me to call your name, say your answer loudly and clearly. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. What U.S. singer-songwriter who won Grammys for his album Time Out of Mind sang Blowin' in the Wind and in 2016, Maya?
Bob Dylan.
That's right. You won the Nobel Prize in Literature. Your parents have never been more proud of you. What NFL player who in 2022 threw, caught, and ran for touchdowns in a single game was traded to the San Francisco 49ers in 2022? Alex.
Patrick Mahomes.
Incorrect. Dixon, you could take these points. Go ahead, Aiden.
Christian McCaffrey.
That is right, and maybe single-handedly helps people win their fantasy football leagues every season. We're tied now. In what event in which Marsha P. Johnson threw a shot glass did patrons at a New York bar resist police and help launch the gay rights movement? Maya.
Stonewall.
That is correct, the Stonewall riots. What country whose border with Saudi Arabia was closed from 2017 to 2021 is home to Al Jazeera and hosted the 2022 FIFA? Nathan.
Bahrain.
Incorrect. I will finish for Polo. 2022 FIFA? Lainey.
Iraq.
Incorrect. World Cup, maybe this would have helped, in Doha, Qatar. What president ran for re-election on the slogan, "He kept us out of war," despite ordering U.S. occupations of Haiti and the Dominican Republic? Nathan.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Incorrect. Polo, do you have an answer? President number 28, Woodrow Wilson. What force, which is independent of contact area, according to Amundsen's first law, is reduced by lubricants and opposes relative motion? Maya.
Friction.
That is correct, or frictional force, basic physics there. What capital of China's Shanxi province and one of the country's 4 great ancient capitals is home to the Terracotta Army? Aiden.
Nanjing.
Incorrect. Polo, you could take these points. Expand your lead. The Terracotta Army was uncovered in Xi'an. What play in which the practice of bun burying is explained to Jack Worthing by his friend Algernon Moncrief is an 1895 comedy by Oscar Wilde? Maya.
The Importance of Being Earnest.
You got it. Those are your points. What heat-resistant synthetic fiber invented by DuPont chemist Stephanie Kolek is used in bulletproof vests? Maya.
Teflon.
Incorrect. Dixon? Nathan?
Kevlar.
Kevlar is right. You're on the right track there, but not quite, and Dixon gets those points. What member of the Quraysh tribe received revelations at Mount Hira from the angel Jibril, which were eventually compiled into the Quran? Nathan?
Muhammad.
Muhammad is right. You're closing the gap now within one question. In November 2022, what country signed an agreement negotiated by the African Union to end a civil war against the Tigrayan People's Liberation? Nathan?
Ethiopia.
Yes, Tigrayan People's Liberation Front was the rest of that question. We are now tied. What food whose white variety is the second most common source of sugar is used? Maya?
Bread.
Incorrect. I'll finish for Dixon. Is used in a soup known as borscht that has a characteristic? Nathan?
Beetroot.
We'll take that. Beets is what we needed there, right? Characteristic red color. Also, what Dwight Schrute grows on his farm in the office. We end with those 10 points for Dixon, and those 10 points put you on top, I believe, for the first time in the game. You're in the lead. Dixon's got 50, Polo has 40. We have to take a quick break, catch our breaths after a very close first round. We'll be back with volleyball after this. Super tight game right now with that last question. Dixon pulled ahead, so they have 50. Polo has 40. So it's really close and really exciting, and we'll see if that continues all the way through the end of the game. We've got our next round is volleyball. It's just in a few seconds. Before we do that, I need to send out a very special thank you to a longtime friend of the show here, the staff, and she serves the community in her job, and she's here serving us today in some way, shape, or form. That's our judge, Michelle Markham, who's the Public Information Officer for the Rockford Police Department. Michelle, thanks for being here. We really appreciate your support and your friendship, too. Let's get into the game now. Contestants, volleyball is a conferring round, so work as a team. Answers have to come from the captains, Aiden and Maya. No stealing of the points, so if you get the question wrong, then you don't have to worry about the other team getting it. So make sure you wait for me to read the whole question. That's to your advantage. And because of the coin flip, the first question goes to Polo. Maya, are you ready? Mm-hmm. Here we go. What country, which is the homeland of the Marina people, is governed from Antananarivo and is a large island off the southeast coast of Africa?
Madagascar.
You got it. I'm going to give Alex credit for that. Maybe because Alex, Melman, Marty, and Gloria end up there in the movie Madagascar. Maybe is that why, Alex? You don't need to answer. You tied it up with that, and we're going to get a question now for Dixon. The 1972 photo, The Terror of War, shows a screaming girl burned by what incendiary chemical widely used by the U.S. in bombing Vietnam's jungles?
Napalm.
That's right. That photo actually won a Pulitzer Prize. It is heartbreaking. You get the points. We're back over to Polo. The hippogriff Buckbeak is sentenced to death for attacking what Hogwarts student whose father Lucius is a powerful Death Eater?
Draco Malfoy.
You got it. And I'm going to give that credit to Caleb. He leaned around to Alex to throw that answer your way. Back over to Dixon. In what country did disputes over migration policy in July 2023 cause the fall of Mark Rutte's government in the Tweede Kamer Parliament in The Hague?
Netherlands.
That is correct. Even with my mispronunciation of that, it should be Tweede Kamer. Back to Polo. What large-scale events led to decreased power production that ended the missions of NASA's Mars probes Opportunity in 2018 and InSight in 2022?
Dust storms.
Dust storms, you got it. Then you got the very specific type of storm we needed as well. Back to a tie game, back to Dixon. What author of the 1952 play The Mousetrap wrote about a snowbound train aboard which is Detective Hercule Poirot in Murder on the Orient Express?
Agatha Christie.
Yeah, say that again.
Agatha Christie.
Agatha Christie. We'll take it. Those are your points. Back over to Polo. The Visconti and the Sforzas both served as dukes of what city in Lombardy? We're in Italy. Lombardy is a city, or is an area of Italy, which is Milan is the city that we needed. Let's move on, Eric. New question now for Dixon. What quantity, which equals moment of inertia times angular acceleration, is defined as radius cross force and is the rotational analog of force?
Angular momentum.
Incorrect. Torque. Back over to Polo. What body of water partly fills a caldera that formed when Mount Mazama collapsed about 8,000 years ago in Oregon? It's considered the deepest lake in the U.S. at about more than 1,900 feet. That's Crater Lake. And that's how we end the round on that last question. So we end the round kind of where we started, with Dixon ahead by 10 points. One question. Dixon has 80, Polo has 70. We're going to take a break, give you the Bergstrom bonus question, and come back and see if our contestants know the answer right after this.
If Elvis Presley isn't going to have a white Christmas, what type of Christmas is he going to have?
Still a one-question game after 2 rounds here at Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl. We're not going to change the scores much with this question. In fact, they won't change at all. But whoever gets this question right, if anyone, gets pizza and pasta from Lino's. It's the Bergstrom bonus question. If you're watching at home, you already saw the question. We'll see if our contestants have the answer. See if you get the answer right as well. Hands on your buzzers, contestants. Here we go. If Elvis Presley isn't going to have a white Christmas, what type of Christmas? Allie.
Blue.
That is right. Nice job.
That's my favorite song.
Allie, do you hear all those applause for you for winning that pizza party? Nice work. And Elvis may not have been the first person to record it, but he certainly made it a Christmas staple. Enjoy the pizza. Say hi to Charlie and the gang for us over at Lino's. We'll take a break and come back with our Nika IBEW lightning round after this. Super close game again. 80 points for Dixon, 70 points for Polo. Allie wins the Bergstrom bonus question, and she gets the boot. Although we're happy to see Liliana. Although that could have been a strategic move, right? You just had your bonus question expert in at just the right time. So enjoy the pizza party. Let's get back down to business for some points with our Nika IBEW lightning round. 3 categories to choose from, and because of the flip, wow, Aiden, not only do you guys get the pizza party, you get first pick in this round. These are the categories to choose from this time around. Person of the Year, Sports Teams, or Starts with Art?
Starts with art.
All right. Give these answers that begin with the consecutive letters A-R-T. So all the answers will begin that way. You will have a minute to see if you can run this category. And then, Maya, you and the team will have 30 seconds to get to whatever answers they don't. Pass is always an option, teams, so don't use up too much of the clock on one question. Aiden, are you ready for your first one?
Yes.
Give these answers that begin with the consecutive letters A-R-T. Green vegetable with an edible heart.
Artichoke.
Correct. Greek goddess of the hunt.
Artemis.
Correct. Phylum of invertebrates such as beetles.
Arthropods.
Correct. New Yorker who became president after James Garfield was assassinated.
Pass.
Type of blood vessel that carries blood away from.
Artery.
Correct. Term for an object unearthed by an archaeologist.
Artifact.
Correct. Nickname of the thief named Jack Dawkins who mentors Oliver Twist.
Pass.
Class of weapons that includes cannons and mortars.
Artillery.
Correct. Medical condition in which joints become stiff or swollen.
Arthritis.
That's correct. 8-letter synonym for trick or deception.
Pass.
New Yorker who became president after James Garfield was assassinated.
Arthur McKinley.
Incorrect. And that is our time. So that is a very solid lightning round. You had 7 of them correct. 70 points added to your score. You're up to 150. There's 3 left for you, Maya, and the team. 30 seconds for them. Take all the time you need or answer quickly, and we can get on to your category choice. Are you ready? Give these answers that begin with the consecutive letters A-R-T. New Yorker who became president after James Garfield was assassinated.
Pass.
Nickname of the thief named Jack Dawkins who mentors Oliver Twist.
Pass.
8-letter synonym for trick or deception.
We have all the time we have to think.
30 seconds is a long time when you can't come up with an answer. Some of these were tough. These last few were. I have to point out, though, so I'll go through these 3 that no one got. You added too much information, Aiden. You said Arthur McKinley. All we needed was President Arthur. It was Chester Arthur. So sometimes giving too much information hurts you. It did in that case. Cost you 10 points, but you still got quite a bit added to your score. The nickname of the thief, Jack Dawkins, who mentors Oliver Twist, is the Artful Dodger. And the 8-letter synonym for trick or deception, it's where the word artificial comes from, artifice. Artifice. All right, Maya, these are the 2 categories that are left for you to pick. Person of the Year or sports teams.
Sports teams.
Y'all seem very confident in that. We'll see how that goes. You know, sometimes in this game, sports categories can go either way. Some people run from them. You embrace it. Let's see how that works. Given 1 or more teams, name the sport. I will give you the team names. All you have to do is tell me the sport. I make it sound simple. We'll see if it is that simple for you. 60 seconds is on the clock. If you run this category to put you back in the lead. And then, Aiden, you'll have 30 seconds to clean up whatever's left. Remember that pass option. Maya, are you ready for the first one? Here we go. Given 1 or more teams, name the sport. New York Yankees.
Baseball.
Correct. Cleveland Browns.
Football.
Correct. Seattle Sounders.
Pass.
Carolina Hurricanes.
Hockey.
Correct. Team Penske.
NASCAR.
Correct. The All Blacks team from New Zealand.
Soccer.
Incorrect. Minnesota Lynx.
Basketball.
That's correct. Samsung Con in South Korea.
Pass.
Calgary Roughnecks and Philadelphia Wings.
Pass.
Springfield Lasers and Chicago Smash.
Hockey.
Incorrect. Seattle Sounders. Time is up. 5 of them right. So you are, again, within striking distance. You're up to 120. So half of them are left, Aiden, but you've got half the time. And I'll go through these as quickly as I can. If you've been paying attention, you may be able to answer fast as well. Ready? Given 1 or more teams, name the sport. Seattle Sounders.
Basketball.
Incorrect. The All Blacks team from New Zealand.
Rugby.
That's correct. Samsung Con in South Korea.
Soccer.
Incorrect. Calgary Roughnecks and Philadelphia Wings.
Hockey.
Incorrect. Springfield Lasers and the Chicago Smash.
Hockey.
Incorrect. That's all we have left. So you got 1 of the 5 cleaned up. Those last 4 are kind of tough. The Seattle Sounders play soccer. This one was tricky. Samsung Con in South Korea, they are an esports team. Yeah, kind of trick answer there. Calgary Roughnecks and the Philadelphia Wings play lacrosse. And the Springfield Lasers and Chicago Smash, they played in the WTT, which is World Team Tennis. That's the end of our NECA IBEW Lightning Round with a 40-point swing between our teams. That is relatively close in State Line Quiz Bowl standards. Dixon's got 160, Polo has 120, and our Mercy Health final challenge is after this break. This has been an exciting game practically since the beginning, and there's only 40 points between our 2 teams right now, which in this final round is basically 2 questions, because each of our questions is worth 20 points. Dixon's got 160, Polo has 120. We'll see how this ends up after about 3 minutes or so. So hands on your buzzers. Same rules as that first round. And because this game is so close, remember, wait for me to call your name before you answer, and say that answer loudly and clearly. Everybody got the message. We've got some energetic head nods, and we are ready to go. Good luck. We've got a seat in the second round on the line here. Hands on your buzzers for the Mercy Health Final Challenge. What radio waves found at the peak of a namesake background radiation field left over from the Big Bang is used in namesake ovens to... Nathan.
Microwave.
Microwave is correct. Dixon gets the first points of this round. You're up to 180. What 2-digit number worn by Jackie Robinson is the answer to life, the universe, and Nathan?
42.
And everything in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Technically, that should be an acceptable answer to all of our questions here, right? 2 in a row for Dixon, 200 points. What African empire was established after the Battle of Karina by Sundiata, had later kings called Mansa and Nathan?
Mali.
That's right, and hosted the trading post of Timbuktu. 3 in a row, Dixon. The city across the border from El Paso is named after what first indigenous president of Mexico who regained Ali?
Hidalgo.
Incorrect. I'll finish for Polo. Who regained power from Emperor Maximilian in 1867? The city is Ciudad Juarez. That's Benito Juarez. What book series, which is planned to end with its 7th novel, A Dream of Spring, is largely set in Westeros and is by George R.R. Martin? Jada.
Game of Thrones.
Incorrect. Dixon, you could go ahead. Nathan.
Lord of the Rings.
Incorrect. You're on the right track. Game of Thrones is the series that this is based on, but the book series is called A Song of Ice and Fire. Platinum can be used in what general class of medicine used to treat cancer, which can cause hair loss, fatigue? Nathan.
Chemo.
Chemotherapy is the full answer, right? We'll take it. Fatigue and other negative side effects. Dixon's got 20 more. What conic sections are used to approximate integrals in Simpson's rule, always have an eccentricity of 1, and are the graphs of quadratic functions? Maya.
Parabolas.
Parabolas are right. Polo gets those points. What year of the Chinese zodiac began in January 2023? Maya.
Dog.
Incorrect. I'll finish for Dixon. Succeeding the year of the tiger. Nathan.
Pig.
Incorrect. It's worth shouting out an animal answer. It's the rabbit. Year of the rabbit. Which battle, fought shortly after the Battle of Stamford Bridge, was depicted in the Bayeux Tapestry and saw Harold Godwinson lose to William I? Nathan.
Hastings.
That is right. One of those dates you always remember from history, 1066. Edmond Dantes is imprisoned after agreeing to carry a letter from the exiled Napoleon in what novel by Alexandre Dumas? Nathan.
Three Musketeers.
Incorrect. Polo, you could take these points. No one gets those last points. Count of Monte Cristo, but that's how we end the round. Congratulations, Dixon. The Dukes are moving on. I want to be quiet for your applause because we do have quite a big audience here, and you deserve those applause. With that very solid end round, that Mercy Health Final Challenge, you kind of pulled away. So Aiden, you and the team, we'll see you in the next round. You actually played North Boone in our Sweet 16. Polo, we are so glad that you are here. It's good to still see a smile on your face, Maya. Everybody wants to win, but clearly you guys had some fun. How many of you are seniors? So that means Maya and Jada, you will come back next season, right, and bring back an equally impressive team, we hope. We're so glad you're here, and you two guys keep in touch. Right? You come visit us anytime you want as well. All right, Josh and Alex, hope to see you. I hope to see you next week for our Christmas episode when Christian life takes on Harlem. Thanks for joining us.